Hey y'all, it's Kim. So this is chapter 8 of the Robert Hur Classified Documents report against Joe Biden. It says Mr. Biden's first book promises to keep in the classified Senate documents in the Delaware garage. The Afghanistan documents were not only marked classified documents in Mr. Biden's garage, FBI agents also found boxes containing organized files related to several international trips Mr. Biden took as a young senator in the late 70s. Like the 2009 debate over the troop surge in Afghanistan, Mr. Biden viewed these trips as seminal episodes in his public life. Indeed, in his 2007 memoir, Promises to Keep on Life and Politics, Mr. Biden described these trips as historic and formative experiences that prepared him for the presidency. As explained below, some of the documents in these files were marked classified, though because of the passage of time, we do not know whether Mr. Biden willfully retained the classified documents or consulted them when writing the book. In 2023, the FBI found files related to the trips chronicled in Promises to Keep in Mr. Biden's Delaware garage. During the January 2023 search of Mr. Biden's Delaware garage, FBI agents recovered boxes labeled International Trip 1973 to 1979 and Foreign Travel. Agents found these boxes in the storage closet in the same garage where they found the box containing the classified Afghanistan documents as shown below. Okay, so Senate or storage closet containing Senate documents, and that was December of 2021. So all of this garage box containing Afghanistan documents. And then all this stuff is on the shelf. Okay, interior of Mr. Biden's garage storage closet containing Senate documents, January 20th of 2023. Like the box containing the classified Afghanistan documents, these boxes contain files and documents related to Mr. Biden's foreign policy experience and expertise, namely organized files documenting his official foreign travel, including trips to the Soviet Union, West Germany, and Yugoslavia that he wrote about in his first book. The files contain written notes, briefing materials, and travel itineraries related to the trips. Promises to Keep. In 2007, Mr. Biden published a memoir titled Promises to Keep on Life and Politics. As with his later book, Mr. Biden hired Swanitzer as a ghostwriter. Written in anticipation of Mr. Biden's run for president in 2008, Promises to Keep covered his life and political career from his childhood to his final years in the Senate. In Promises to Keep, Mr. Biden discussed several international trips he took as a young senator in the late 1970s, including a congressional delegation to the Soviet Union where he met with the Soviet premier, a trip to West Germany where he met with the chancellor, and a trip to Yugoslavia where he represented the United States at the state funerals of a Yugoslavian leader. According to Swanitzer, he and Mr. Biden included these anecdotes to show how then Senator Biden gained experience in foreign policy, not just learning by being a staff member, but by literally sitting across the table from people like the Soviet Minister of Foreign Affairs. During a recorded interview with Swanitzer, Mr. Biden explained that during these international trips, he learned the importance of foreign policy experience and that it matters what kind of personal relationships and rapport you can establish with foreign leaders. Mr. Biden said that when he later considered a presidential run, he was never worried whether I could sit across from Soviet President Leonid Brezhnev or sit across from British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher, or I'll sit there and be intimidated. Promises to Keep put these anecdotes in a similar context. In discussing the decision to run for president in 1988, for example, Mr. Biden wrote that despite his relative youth, he felt he measured up to the other candidates in part due to his foreign policy experience. I was just 42 years old, but after a decade on the Foreign Affairs or Senate Foreign Relations Committee, and nearly that long on the Senate Select Committee on Intelligence, I knew the world and America's place in it in a way few politicians did. My education in foreign affairs wasn't just the time spent in committee meetings or committee hearings, but in traveling the world and meeting leaders. Foreign trips chronicled and promises to keep. 8. Mr. Biden's 1979 trip to Yugoslavia. One of the trips Mr. Biden wrote about was his 1979 trip to Yugoslavia to represent the United States at the state funeral of a Yugoslavian uh, political leader. Mr. Biden described the trip as a strange kind of awakening for me. He made the trip with Avril Harriman, one of America's most distinguished diplomats who adopted Mr. Biden and served as his own personal tutor. During the trip, Mr. Biden and Harriman had a private meeting with longtime Yugoslavian president and World War II hero Josip Broz Tito. Mr. Biden called the meeting remarkable, an opportunity to be in the room with the last two living men who remembered the Yalta Conference at the end of World War II, and B, Mr. Biden's 1979 congressional delegation to the Soviet Union. Elsewhere in the book, Mr. Biden wrote that he observed the benefits of direct engagement with foreign leaders during a congressional delegation he led to the Soviet Union in 1979. The purpose of the trip was to discuss arms control and the SALT II Strategic Nuclear Arms Limitations Agreement. In promises to keep, Mr. Biden described how he gained the grudging respect of his Russian counterpart during a frank and sometimes tense face-to-face meeting with the Soviet premier, where Mr. Biden also met President Leonid Brezhnev. Mr. Biden also sought to put the trip in the larger context of his foreign policy expertise and political ambitions. As the 1988 presidential election approached, Mr. Biden explained it was becoming clear that the new Soviet leader, Mikhail Gorbachev, was looking for a partner to write the end to the Cold War. And there wasn't anybody lining up to run for the nomination I thought would be better partner than me, of course. He thinks very highly of himself, I'll just say that. The files related to the trips chronicled and promises to keep in Mr. Biden's Delaware garage contained marked classified documents. One of the boxes containing organized files about the trips Mr. Biden wrote about and promises to keep contained marked classified documents from the late 1970s. The box labeled International Travel 1973 to 1979 contained materials from Mr. Biden's trips to Asia and Europe, including trips to Yugoslavia and the Soviet Union. The box contained roughly a dozen marked classified documents that are currently classified at the secret level. For example, the international trip or travel 1973 to 1979 box contained files related to the congressional delegation that Mr. Biden led to the Soviet Union in 1979. Inside the files were more than a dozen folders devoted to aspects of the trip, including Mr. Biden's travel itinerary, handwritten notes, letters, and briefing material. The files also contained documents marked as classified. For example, a folder labeled Senator Biden stores several documents, including background information about Soviet officials. These documents were marked confidential and confidential, not released to foreign nationals. The intelligence community has determined that these documents are currently classified at the secret level. The box also contained a file related to Mr. Biden's 1979 trip to Yugoslavia. A note on the front page indicates that the file consists of a reproduction of the contents of Mr. Biden's Yugoslavia file. The file contained documents marked classified and confidential, as well as a memo marked secret. The intelligence community has determined that these documents are classified at the secret level. We were limited in our ability to investigate these documents because of the significant passage of time since their creation. Although we cannot prove that Mr. Biden retained these classified documents willfully or used them in writing promises to keep, he did write about the foreign trips that were subject to the documents. Unlike the classified Afghanistan documents, the classified files in Mr. Biden's garage relating to the trips discussed in promises to keep were part of a larger set of materials in Mr. Biden's home, chronicling his experiences and achievements, particularly in foreign policy. And there it goes on to chapter 9. So I'm going to stop here. I'm going to try to get another one recorded. I'll see what I can get through. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.